everyone. Welcome to a practice for sleep. So this sequence is best done in the evening when you're through with your day. You're ready to start to wind down and relax, to start to release some of the physical tension that you may have built up in your day, and prepare your body and be open for relaxation. Okay. Relaxation is something that we actively seek, right? Certain times of the day. It doesn't come natural for a lot of people. So by allowing your body to do the work for you here, inviting in relaxation at a cellular level, and you're allowing your body to come to a more rest and digest state, kicking on your parasympathetic nervous system and allowing your sympathetic nervous system, which helps us kind of ignite the fire and helps us get things done during the day. We're trying to dampen that energy now. So we're going to start with a few basic stretches before we use the wall. The wall is going to be most of our practice today, so be sure that you're setting up at a space where you have a nice open wall space. We're going to be doing things with legs up the wall and different variations at the wall. Okay, so let's start in a wide-legged position. You can scoot your blanket underneath your sits bones here to elevate your hips. And then just start to ease into a forward fold with this wide position. These might be the first mindful breaths that you've taken all day today, and that's great. You're doing it now. So bowing your chin to your chest, allowing your back to round forward. But let's stay somewhat active in the feet, letting the toes point up towards the sky as the feet are flexed. And using your hands, walk yourself back up. Take a nice deep breath. And then exhale as you walk back down. Closing your eyes, allow your face to relax here. You might even take a few horse breaths, the bubbling of the lips, just to relax from the face. And allow the ending of your day to be light. Again, when you're ready to walk your hands upright, and now take your left foot in towards your right thigh, sliding your hands down your right leg. Press your left hand into your thigh as you roll your heart open. You can stay here, or you can start to reach your arm up and over as if this was a rainbow arc reaching for your toes. Try to keep rolling your right shoulder open to invite in the side bend through the left side. Nice stretch for a lot of different areas, so noticing where you're feeling sensation here. And when you're ready to use an in-breath to take your top hand up, setting that hand just outside your hip, and then take your opposite hand across to your knee, just to twist gently. Ring out your spine, ring out the day. Using an inhale to keep you lengthened, the exhale to soften into your twist. Take one more breath. And unwind back to center. Switching sides here, extend your left leg out, put your right foot in, slide your left hand down towards your foot, press your right hand into your thigh and look over this right shoulder. And an option to take your top hand, arcing it over towards your toes, while keeping this right hip pressing down. into a few more breaths. When you're ready to, breathing in, take your top hand all the way up and then over with your opposite hand, your left hand coming across to your knee for the twist. Let your breath be easy and smooth here. Don't abort your body now at the end of your day. Stay here. And unwind back to center. And so now we're going to move to the wall. So I'm going to set up my blanket I have folded here in this shape, right? Any blanket that you have will do. If you even have a bolster, that could be really nice under your hips. So the blanket's going to go right up against the wall. And I have my mat here a few inches away from the wall so that when I come to lie down, my back will be on my mat. Right? You can find any position here that you think you're going to be most comfortable in. Okay, so to get up the wall here, I'm going to bring one hip right against the wall. Should sit on my blanket here. So one hip against the wall, and then allowing yourself to kind of lie down on your side, and then rolling over, bring your legs up. Right, so your bottom doesn't have to be pressing against the wall. Exactly, you can have a little bit of space, this slight little angle from your legs to the wall. And you want to be in a position where you can feel almost like your legs are weightless. So we really want to try to release any effort here with the legs. And we're trying to just accept and welcome the support from the wall here. Okay, so we're actually going to end in this pose. So let's do a few more shapes before coming back to this more traditional legs up the wall. Okay, so here we're going to start to find that same wide straddle. And again, as wide as feels comfortable in your legs. Keeping your heels pressing against the wall. And then draw your heels back together. And now cross your right foot over your left leg, crossing your right leg, your whole leg over. So as if you were seated in a chair, you want to try to bring your knees really close together here. So you might already be feeling this stretch up through the outer right hip. And if you'd like more sensation, this is Gomukhasana or cow face at the wall. So I'm going to show you in a few moments, in a few breaths, let's all just pause here, how we can find our full Gomukhasana shape. Okay, but this is a great place just to be at the end of the day. We don't need to push ourselves really any further. Feeling your belly or your chest rise and fall with your breath here. Feeling your back solid and supported by the floor and the ground. A reminder coming back down to earth, maybe after a busy day with the kids or with work. Right, you have this body that you can come home to. It's recommended to do that as much as you can. And so if you're taking this into a full Gomukhasana, you're going to start to bend your left knee And try to bring your feet on the same plane here, on the same line. As you press your outer edges of your feet into the wall. You can always move out of this and go back to the leg extended up. Closing your eyes and relaxing your face. Take one more nice full breath. And then slowly start to extend your left foot back up to the sky and unwind your right foot. Now if you'd like to, you can take your feet away from the wall and give your knees a little hug into your chest. And then we're going to take the second side, so legs coming back up the wall and crossing your left leg over, again like you're seated in a chair, knees close together. Right. Allow your arms here to take up some space, relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears as your palms face up towards the sky. And here, as we come to the end of our day, we pause in these more yin style postures. We can reflect in a way that is mindful. Reflect on your day, right? Without the narrative track of kind of what happened and how you think things went, or whatever busyness is still happening in your mind. Sense that it's okay to let go of that here and reflect on your day as a whole. What kind of emotions did you feel today? Without judging them as good or bad. Allowing yourself to think of the people who were kind to you today. And if you had the opportunity to return that kindness. And so if you're moving forward with Gomukhasana, you'll start to bend your right knee and let your foot slide down. So for me, this is the tighter hip, my left hip, that we're stretching now. So it took a little bit more effort for me to bring my right foot down. There was a little bit of resistance there that I noticed. So I'm going to stay here for maybe a few extra breaths on this side, knowing that information now. So if you're still reflecting, again, just noticing that the mind hasn't gone off on a tangent and we're still maintaining present moment awareness. You can always count on anchoring back into our breath to remind us what's here right in front of us. Taking about 3 to 5 more breaths here. As you're ready to sliding your right leg out first, and then your left leg. And again, if you want to release, you could bring the knees into the chest, and then placing the legs back up the wall. Okay, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet coming together here. And I like to wear socks when I'm at the wall so I can kind of slide down a little bit easier. So with the soles of the feet together, we're taking this more relaxed version. So it's okay if your heels kind of come away from each other. Just try to keep the balls of your feet together while pressing gently into your knees if you'd like to. Or again, you can come into that wide position of surrender, just allowing your arms to relax and become weightless, far away from the body. Noticing where you might be able to relax into a little bit further. For me, it's just kind of letting my feet slide down a little bit more, trying to release any effort from my legs. In the last few moments here, let's place one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart, just resting the backs of your arms by your sides now. And moving into a 3-part breath, belly, ribs, and chest. So as you inhale, focus on breathing in first from the belly, following up to the ribs, and then finally the chest. And exhaling out through the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Don't worry too much about the actual physical sensation, just allow your attention to lie there. Inhaling with the belly, the ribs, and the chest, and exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. Keep following this pattern. Imagining as you inhale, you're filling up a glass of water. And as you exhale, you're pouring that glass of water out. Emptying out fully on your next exhale. You can release your hands, and maybe you can support your knees as you slide your feet back up the wall. So now taking this as our Shavasana here for this bedtime practice, legs up the wall. allowing time for the feet to start to drain. You may feel some tingling sensations. Imagine all of this blood that is usually flowing down to your feet as you're walking around or just upright throughout your day. Imagine all of that just kind of flowing down the legs, reversing the cycle. Kind of flushing out, nourishing the rest of the body. This truly is the type of posture where we allow gravity to do the work for us. There is nothing else we need to be doing here. Know that you can release your legs at any time, but we'll probably be here for at least another 2 minutes or so. And so as we're resting here, this is your chance just to practice this self-guided slowing down. So our mindfulness practice teaches us to pay attention. So our mind works in really interesting ways. We can multitask, we can layer on thoughts. And that's just what we're used to doing. So allow yourself to pay attention here in a way that is non-judgmental. That you're noticing what's on your mind. And when you notice your mind thinking, just gently and lovingly shift your awareness to your breath. Soft and smooth exhales. Easy and passive inhales. Starting now to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can even reach your arms up overhead, just getting a little stretch to the sides of your body. And then you'll bring your hands to your knees to your chest once again. Rolling over the same way that you got in. And just pausing in your fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow for your head. A moment just to invite in a thought of gratitude. Grateful for sleep, for rest. And when you're ready, pressing yourself back up. I hope you enjoyed this practice and that you have a nice, restful night's sleep. Take care. I will see you soon. Namaste.